Welcome back to Off-Frame Productions. My name is Chris,
Adam.
and again, we have some Deus Ex Mankind
Smiley
Divided.
said the police tried to kill him,
So,
then a few minutes later, Miller stormed
most
out.
of this episode is going to be filler into the as we go into the next section. If you don't remember the last episode, I wandered through a whole swarm of cops, and after reading through all the emails I've got, they were straight corrupted.
They were just a bunch of corrupt cops.
I
doubt they cared about the crime scene.
They were on. Everybody is dead set. Everybody in this game so far is dead set to blame the arc on the
Just that easy, huh?
on the terrorist bombings on Arc. Arc is the augmented united correlation. I don't know. Basically, it's the pro-augmented sect, which initially started out as a peace program. We'll get to that in a second, but we'll start talking to a few of the people before we leave Prague and go into Gollum, the shittiest place I have yet to see in a video game. So, if you remember from last episode,
he didn't say. He just ran past.
So if you remember from last episode,
state police want to talk to him.
Between Chang, never
think
trusting the correlation, me working with the coalition in the form of the beautiful black lady that we whose name I cannot recall right now. Working in Interpol and having issues with the local police. Right now, there are at least 3 or 4 factions which wish me dead.
Especially in stressful situations.
I don't know who I can trust. I really do not know who in this game I can trust. The only person I believe is on the up and up so far is her.
But Interpol was the only agency
This lady right here is the only person I believe is on the up and up.
Good.
But she also seems very naive.
Rehabilitation, getting used to the new arm, learning how to shoot again.
We'll see what
learning how to tie
happens.
my own boots. But I did it, and I'm better than I was before. I want to help, and I can. My place is out there in the field where I can make a difference. You know that. And if you can do it, so can I.
Yeah, but I'm like 80% military grade.
Semper Fi.
Hoorah.
Alright, so let's go talk to Chang. Hey, Chang.
I should get back to it.
Okay, Adam. Stay safe out there.
Okay, now let's go talk to Chang. I forgot that there was a loading screen.
Thanks for taking care of those conspiracy nuts, Jensen. Oh, man, the thought of someone knowing where we are. I mean, I'm supposed to be digging into this Janus hacking collective, but I can't do that if I keep looking over my shoulder, waiting for the next.
So the more we go into this game,
any progress?
the more we have to
Why? What have you heard?
If you've never played a game like this, you have to be able to take a step back
Janus has officially
and look at the whole big picture.
Figure out who's tracking who. Sometimes I think I'm this close.
Chang is
nothing.
Right.
But I am starting
For all his conspiracy,
And what's that?
there are people looking to harm both him and the organization TF-29. But he is also paranoid to the point that everybody is out to get him.
Specifically to track down Janus. You ever work with them?
The coalition, which he is distrustful of.
Chang looks out for Chang. Sometimes our roots.
I am working with them.
Ships in the night kind of deal.
Is the collective as big as
I am also working with Interpol,
People like to romanticize.
and we'll go again into more detail as the rest of the game goes on.
They have a stranglehold on what's right and wrong. In my opinion, that makes them very dangerous.
How did you get started here exactly?
Miller came to me in prison. Helping him set up a cybercrimes unit was my way out.
That's a pretty good deal.
Sure, if you're looking to exchange one set of impenetrable walls for another. At least in prison, I didn't owe anyone anything. Here, yeah, I don't know. They do a good job of reminding me that I have a lot to be grateful for.
You're saying they hired you because they knew you wouldn't ask questions?
No. Maybe. Look, I do ask questions. A lot of questions. Just not always out loud.
So he says something interesting right there.
You sound like you can use it.
He used to be a prisoner, and now he works with TF-29, and he has free reign to not go back to jail.
Didn't get held up at a checkpoint or something, did
How
you?
much can we
I'm
trust?
inside the clinic waiting for you.
Sorry,
How much
Alex,
can we
I'll be
trust
there
the
as soon as I
gentleman
can.
Hope you're not losing sight of what's
who is
important
basically
here.
on a
Sorry,
short
this place
leash?
just brings back memories. Don't take too long.
Don't know. Actually, I don't know if there's anybody in this game I can trust. I might have to trust my sunglasses. And really, if I cannot trust my sunglasses, there's no hope in this world.
What a joke. Good luck finding the people who hacked us. Hopefully it will turn out to be nothing.
Alright, so, as I mentioned earlier, I did wander around the town for like an hour, hoping to find content, hoping to find stuff that I can do. I broke into some houses, I powered up my legs, I can jump super high now, but ultimately, like, there wasn't really anything interesting. It's a lot of filler, it's a lot of fluff, it's a lot of EXP grind. I got a whole bunch of shit in my inventory right now. There's really, yeah. Now, we're gonna go talk to our contact, and we're gonna find out something very interesting. And I want you guys, if you're following along with this, to know that you have to keep an open mind.
Glad you can make it. Any trouble getting away?
Miller's been giving me some leeway, but not much. I did survive a terror attack.
You and me both. God, sometimes I really hate this city. It used to welcome people like us, go out of its way to entice Augs to live here. This clinic was built because Prague saw us as its future. Now, look at it.
Times change, Alex.
I know, trust me, even got the scars to prove it.
We've been working together for a few months now. Still don't know much about you.
What, you trolling for my secrets now?
Just the good ones. How did you join the Juggernaut Collective?
They got me out of a tough spot. Before the incident. I was working for Bell Tower flying VIPs around Panama, and I stumbled into something big.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Something
story.
very
There's a lot of
important
story in
that
this
you
one if
want
you
to know
you
about.
cannot tell.
So, they ordered Bell Tower
We'll
to
talk
kill
about
me.
it in a little bit.
Janus warned you? Got you out?
A friend of Janus's, someone in the collective who used to work for Bell Tower too. You don't mess with these people, Adam. Not by yourself. I learned that the hard way.
So she said something interesting. She
You're a valuable
She
asset.
herself
The
is
Collective
also
could've sent
not
you
a-
anywhere. Why Prague?
She herself is
Really
also
good
on a
ass.
short leash.
Ever since the incident,
She's on a
Hanley
short
and
leash with the
racism are eating
collective.
city alive.
Chang is on a
The
short
whole
leash with
world's watching just to see
TF29.
how Prague handles its AUG problem.
And
Didn't realize
Miller.
The entire collective was pro-Aug.
Miller
Not everyone is.
is also on
But
a
we
short
all know
leash.
our real enemies need
Now we're gonna
chaos
talk.
to
We're gonna see that
operate
in just a
Play the
second.
right chord, pull the right string, and Prague has plenty of that.
You said we got something?
Yeah, listen to this.
A little heads up would have been nice.
Now this is
Sending
Miller.
your team to Dubai was my call, but now we need to go by the book. Focus on ARC.
You want me to pin all of this on them? The bombings in Prague, the break-in at Vessel Life, and Dubai?
Officially, all 5 attacks involved augmented terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But send me the reports if you want me to prove it, because ARC don't operate in North America.
They're setting up ARC, Adam. They sent you into that ambush in Dubai,
So-
and now they want to pin everything
So we
on the
figured
Augmented
out-
Rights Coalition.
Okay, so
told you Miller was dirty.
the Dubai, the tutorial mission, we were sent in there under pretense. We now know that somebody, aka Miller, was
I agree,
told by
he doesn't
somebody
He's pulled me
to
off
send
Dubai,
us.
put me on the
Why?
train station
Why
lobby.
why send us?
Think he's about to send me to Gollum City.
The Udalek complex? You're not gonna like it there. It was built by the Santo Group as temporary housing for transient workers. But now,
Now it's home to every unlicensed dog in the Czech Republic. And it's where ARC's made its headquarters.
shit, man. What are they planning?
We need to play this smart, Alex. Think about what we heard. What was that bit about VersaLife?
You mean the break-in that never happened? Yeah, I started digging into that right after I decrypted the conversation.
What'd you find?
Like I said, man, it's the break-in that never happened. VersaLife is one of the biggest pharma companies on the planet. The only one still manufacturing neuropozyne. If it got broken into, it would have been big news.
We're gonna get to a point in this game,
it did?
and I think we might already be there.
Just neuropozyne.
That
They've got a huge research and development.
we're gonna have to start making choices.
Yeah. So, what does that?
We're gonna have
do
to make
with
choices whether
Why
we
frame
want
them for
to
break-in?
believe
They
in
want them to look
Interpol,
like terrorists.
if we want to
I guess it
believe
depends
in
on what
the
they'll say was stolen.
in the collective, if we
See
want to
what the collective
believe
can dig up.
in
If this really is a conspiracy, that break-in will be
other sources that
What are you gonna
we
do?
have yet to come across,
I'm gonna finish my investigation.
or if we want to
Find
believe
out
in
who
ARC,
really bombed the station.
the augmented
I'll let you know what I turn
correlation.
Same here. Good luck, Adam.
We don't know. We don't know yet what's going on. But everybody is out for themselves,
Miller, we still
and
going
Jensen is out for the
City?
sunglasses.
You are.
That's all that matters.
Meet me at Kopecki's puppet shop. Your pilot's en route. I'll brief you there.
Copy that.
Alright, at this point, again, I started like wandering around, stealing everything I could. My inventory remains topped off, and I never use any of the weapons. I just recently started using a lot of the hacking equipment, but I mean, that's nothing. Okay, so I did find, but by the way, I did find one quest line that is interesting to me,
What do you want?
but I can't, but I couldn't find it. I could not find this. We'll talk to it in a second.
This place has a doctor.
Oh yes, Dr. Cipra, Mr. Big Shot from Tai Young. Who thinks he's too good for a place like this?
Tai Young. What did he do for them?
Pfft. He calls it experimental neurotherapy. If he's so good, how come his patient ran away and he can't find her?
What
Yeah.
does an experimental
Missing girl.
therapist do exactly?
For a mysterious doctor.
He's vague about it, and I don't care enough to ask.
We got
You
to,
want something else?
we has to save the girl. Otherwise,
Who is
I'd be sad.
Mikhail?
My nephew. He works here as an assistant, but he didn't show up for work today. His apartment is just across the street. Would it have killed him to let me know he can't come in?
Probably not. Especially since you seem like such an approachable boss.
Did you come here for something?
So,
I'll be going.
I don't show it in
Know
this
what you
video
want.
because it got lost in like 2 hours worth of video. But the only way to get into Mikhail's apartment is if you have the leg augmentation, so where you can jump super high. You can do the Mario jump, and by doing the Mario jump, you jump to a second floor building, and then you break into his house, and then you have to go. You find out something, and then you have to go somewhere else to find it. I haven't found it yet. That's one of the reasons why I haven't shown it. But I don't know if that's going to be a quest thing or if something I have to come back later for. From what I can tell, after I come back from Gollum, there will be more and more of this content that will open up for me. But I really love this area. The reason I showed this area is because if you come across it, as long as you have the rebreather, you can get a shit ton of medical stuff. All that neuropozyne can be used for a variety of things. You can hand it to NPCs. You can give it to other people. You personally cannot use it as Adam Jensen, but use it. Use it for bribing purposes. I'll use it. I'll bribe somebody with it later, but you know, I mean, it's at this point it just kind of holds up space in my inventory. So we're gonna go into the next area. This creepy ass puppet place. It's in the top corner right above this. It's in the top corner. You cannot miss it. It's the only place with like an open helicopter pad. Now, there's really nothing here. It is really just a lot of content. It's just a lot of like small scraps, I think I stole like some weapon. I stole a few weapons from the guy downstairs, who we're gonna meet in a second. And he seems on the up and up, but he also seems to have a lot of debt. So I mean, he owes people money. And again, we just have to find out who we can trust and who we cannot trust. And you know, it's this whole big everybody's out for themselves type thing, and Adam Jensen can only be so badass, and protect so little, protect so much. Sorry. However, if you do find your way down here, open up the picture frame, click the button, and steal everything. Yeah, got some weapons, got some ammo, got this abstin. Is that how you say it? Abstin. I don't drink much, so I don't know how to say its name. So talking a bit more. So let's take a moment. Let's talk about the overall game. First off, I do love the game. All right, the game. If you've ever seen Blade Runner, this is your game. If you have not seen Blade Runner, go stop, pause the video, go watch Blade Runner. One of the 8 versions of it. It's like Star Wars. There's like so many of them. Go watch it. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie, and depending on the one you watch, it is a different movie.
Problems.
Here we go. Now Miller, as remember, Miller told us, or Miller was told that Ark is the reason.
The IntelliCam
Sorry,
footage.
that Ark is the cause.
Dropped it off this morning.
Blame
corrupted.
everything on Ark.
But Cheng worked his magic and managed to recover some images. They show an org in a yellow hoodie, dropping bags where each bomb went off.
You ran facial recognition? Got an ID?
Couldn't see his face. But the bags are the same ones used by Talos Rucker and his aid workers in the Utilec complex.
That's
a stretch.
Yeah, there's nobody would believe that.
All of them after the leader of Ark took up residence in that ghetto. Rucker needs to answer for these attacks. Here's chicane now.
So we already know Miller wants to blame. He doesn't want, but he needs to blame Ark for everything. For whatever reason that Miller has such an issue, or has whatever issues he has, they got him by the short and curlies. All right.
You're right on time. Agent Jensen was just agreeing that we need to bring Rucker in.
Quick snatch and grab. Should be easy enough.
So we've already decided he's guilty?
We just need to talk to him on our terms, not when he's surrounded by fanatics. Getting into Gollum isn't the problem. Reaching Rucker
we do have one issue that we're going to come across very shortly.
Sets foot in there.
Not even the state.
Even though
they can't.
Even though Miller is already making the claim that Ark is responsible for everything,
would be more apt.
Ark could be responsible for some things. We don't know.
The United Nations Security Council had swept under the rug.
Just because they're an augmented, there's a pro-augmented group, doesn't mean that they're good guys. Doesn't mean they're the bad guys.
Smart.
There's been a lot of issues going on in the world. They could be the cause. They could not be the cause.
Named Tibor Sokol. Promised to get his family out of the complex, so long as he gets you past Ark's checkpoints.
You trust him?
We have to. It's that or nothing. Sokol will meet you at an apartment in the housing district. Number 237. Any questions?
You ask me. Rucker sounds more like a savvy politician than a terrorist.
These days, the lines tend to be blurred.
But Rucker was a highly respected doctor with no military training. What am I missing here?
Rucker is a
so we're going to learn a little bit about Rucker.
With an unshakable belief in his own righteousness.
To break down Rucker's character is he's basically he's a zealot.
Bring him in.
He is a zealot, but a zealot is just somebody that's really fanatical.
Ark is responsible for these attacks.
Doesn't mean
for all of them.
They are dangerous. Doesn't mean that they are good. It just means that they are super into what they're doing.
Even Dubai, Rucker and the Coalition are still confined to Gollum City.
I don't know.
They have a heavy
it's weird.
police presence keeping an eye on them.
The whole game, the whole game is gonna make you think around in circles
You can get the papers you need to come
over and over again.
I
Who
find
to
that
trust,
hard to
who not to
believe.
trust, who to shoot,
So
who
get
not
me
to
the
shoot.
evidence to prove otherwise. Get to Talus Rucker and bring him in, Agent.
Let's get this over with.
Let me know when you've got Rucker.
Goddamn, Jensen. Every time I look at you, I can't believe the amount of jewelry you've got on. Tell me, how's that aftermarket shit working out for you?
Never better. Maybe you should reconsider. What with that limp?
No. I like my limp. Keeps me honest. You ready to light out?
That's an odd phrase. I like my limp because it keeps me honest.
You're my only backup on this one.
Would
I'd like to
a
know
robo
you've actually
leg
got
make you
my back.
dishonest?
Trust
Or is it
me,
simply
I
a
flew 10 years in the SWAF
I
and
like to
fought
have my
in
scars
private sector corporate
visible
days.
so I
In all
remember?
that time, I've never lost a fare.
I don't know.
How many
Curious
years
and
with
curiouser.
TF-29?
2, which is a year and a half longer than you from what I understand. So you want to keep talking resumes, waste more of our time? Or will you trust me to get the job done?
Let's do this.
Good. Strap in.
Alright, so we are gonna see probably one of the cooler city skylines I've seen in a video game in a long time. Like I said, I spend a lot of time playing this game. A lot of not all of it is on the videos, but you know, there's a lot of hours put into this game already.
Interesting pre-game ritual you've got there. You getting pissed enough to end this guy yet?
I got a no-kill order.
Is that right? Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
Yeah, and that line right there, it kind of makes me think that Chika is not. He doesn't like augments. I don't. I think he. I don't think I can trust him.
Not many spots I can set her down. You got a preference?
Get as close to the ground as you can. I'll take it from there.
So,
Whatever you say.
if given the opportunity, I'm gonna try not to put my life in his hands. And like I said, it's a beautiful skyline, even though it looks horrendous. And if you thought Prague was bad, if Prague had segregation, okay, Prague had issues. Golem is like one step above a concentration camp. So we're gonna see a lot of beatdowns of augmented peoples from the cops.
Jensen.
Whatever you may think about what is going
How
on,
close did you get me to our contact's
whatever is
location?
going, whatever,
I was in Unit
let's try and keep
237.
Jesus,
all
Jensen, I didn't put you on his
social commentary
Residential
on the
sector should
game,
be just ahead of you. Me,
because
I'm gonna switch to
we
autopilot.
could go on for hours
Let
and
me know if
years
things get interesting.
and still never come up with an ideal situation. We'll stick with what we know in the game because it's concrete, and also because it is in the video game and we're playing a video game. Let's play the video game, damn it.
I don't suppose you've got any neuropazine you can spare, do you?
Yeah, I'll just give it to you.
Here. Looks like these people need it more than I do.
That's very kind of you. Wasn't expecting. Word of advice? You might want to keep a low profile tonight. Golem City can be sketchy in the best of times. This definitely isn't one of them.
Why? What's happened?
Haven't you heard? Terrorists try to blow up Ruzika Station. And even though people here couldn't have had anything to do with it, the cops need someone to blame.
Where I come from, cops are supposed to be the good guys.
What planet is that?
That's wait,
It's where
hold
I
on.
come from.
I just noticed something.
Police have been militarizing
I just
for
noticed
years,
something.
wasting
She
money,
said
inciting deep levels of mistrust between them and the
terrorists
very people they're supposed to
tried
protect.
Is that what's
to
happening
blow
in
up the
Gotham
Rosika
City?
station.
It's happening all over the place. The cops
They
of Gotham are a special
did
breed.
blow up the
They
Rosika
control
station.
everything here. Food,
They didn't
drugs,
try.
neuropozyne,
There was a
and not all
bomb.
of them think very highly of Azogs.
These cops.
I'm
they're looking for
curious.
members of ARC.
I'm
All
curious.
members of ARC to them.
If they're
One
in
way or
Gollum,
another. And some of us may have even done
did the
bad
news
things,
not travel here?
not the kind of things the rest of the world
Or
says
was
we
the news altered
Sounds like
in
you support
Gollum?
ARC.
Why should I not? The Augmented Rights Coalition was started with the best of intentions, as a non-violent
So
way
what
to
I mean by
confront
that is
injustices and
if
advance the
we
cause of augmented rights.
if they were told in
Well, in
Gollum
my experience, the
by
best
the
of
leader of
intentions
ARC,
often go
by the whatever,
May be
by the
true,
people giving
but
them
right
the
now,
news,
Talus Rucker and
if they were
ARC are the
told that
only things
there
keeping
was
people in Gotham
no
alive. Trust me.
explosion in the Rosika station, why would that be
I'm
said?
getting the impression that you see ARC. and
I, of course,
Talus
may be
Rucker
reading
as
a bit
some
too
kind
much
of
into it.
Augmented Robin Hoods.
But you know,
How well do you know the man?
why not? I mean, it's a
Met Talus
game.
years ago in India.
I may as
We were
well.
both humanitarian aid volunteers back then.
Is he a good man? The press paints him as a narcissist.
He has his faults, but I wouldn't believe everything you see on Pacus News.
Yeah,
visit
Picus
this area
News
of
is
the complex
also
much?
kind of a dick.
You know, you've been asking me an awful lot of questions.
Hey. I gave you Neuropazine. I gave you drugs. No, reasons. Just, I have
It's
reasons.
just that I heard Rucker didn't get augmented voluntarily. So I'm wondering how that kind of experience colors a man's perspective around people who did.
Talus was always passionate about the ability of neuroaugmentations to heal people's bodies and souls. His accident only strengthened his beliefs.
Is he still an idealist then? After everything that's happened?
Listen to his daily broadcasts. He believes people will usually do the right thing in time. They just need to discover what the right thing is.
The right thing
I see.
really should be just to get some goddamn ice cream.
Thanks for the warning, Doc.
Because I am
I
hungry.
hope you'll take it to heart.
I'm gonna go get ice cream. All right, so we're gonna be stopping the video very shortly. I know this episode was a bit more exposition, and a lot of these, some of these videos are just gonna be exposition and then gameplay and then exposition and then blah 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 blah. Just because it's just the nature of this game. There's a lot of downtime, and then there's sections of like super stealthiness because the way I'm playing the game. All right, so let's just make a beeline and go meet up with our contact. But unfortunately, I save it. I save on our random times just because
You people. Now what?
we
What
don't
other lies have you come to
meet
tell
our
me?
contact.
I'm sorry to bother you. But I'm here to see Soko. He's expecting me.
Which one? My husband Dushan or his foolish brother Tibor? I guess it doesn't matter which one. The police took them both to the Narrows to torture them for information they do not have.
I love having the social augment
It's been
because
a
I
rough
can
day,
if I didn't have
see
this, I wouldn't be able to
Maybe I can
see
help.
all of this
What happened?
information on
Like
the
you
screen.
care. My husband is
The
gone.
alpha, beta, the omega.
Tibor said he had a way of getting us out
I wouldn't
of
have
Gollum
the
City.
specific.
A contact
Hey,
with
this option would
Wait.
be better for this type of
Who are you?
personality. Blah blah blah.
I'm the contact.
It kind of helps me be a bit more
Maybe there is a
persuasive.
chance.
There's always a chance.
I'm sorry. Normally they only take
Believe
Ark
in my
members.
sunglasses.
Tibor is Ark.
Just
He has
believe.
been taken before. But now, after the bombing, they come for Tibor. Dushan, he asks why, and then they take my Dushan. He has done nothing. Nothing.
Do you know where they were taken?
I told you already. The Narrows. Instead of asking stupid questions, why don't you do something?
I know this is hard.
It's
for
cool,
you.
lady. It's cool.
not about
I'm
me.
gonna help
This is about my
because
family.
I need to finish the game,
And I
and
wanna
therefore
help.
I finish the game by helping.
Then go and do that. I need to clean up this mess.
Let's be fair. She's in a concentration
Said you
camp.
want to help.
She's pissed because her
Why
husband and her brother, probably. I don't know. got taken to probably an even bigger hell than what they're already in.
Chicane, we got a problem. Our contact's been swept up by the police.
So,
I heard about cops in Gollum, Jensen. Your Interpol ID won't get you any kindness with them.
That's all right. I didn't bring it with me. They're holding him in a place called the Narrows. We'll contact you after we find him.
That's pretty much it for today. My name is Chris from Offhand Production. I'm going to see you guys next time. Later.